For defense, 4 national priority areas were agreed by the Americans and the South Vietnamese. The coastal provinces around Da Nang and Quy Nhon, and the central part of the Mekong Delta, and above all Saigon, the capital. These were to be first consolidated and then made the springboards for large-scale search and destroy operations against enemy units and base areas. The greatest Viet Cong concentrations in the whole of South Vietnam were known to lie between the capital and the Cambodian border. Through this area ran several strategic roads and the river routes into the capital. There were believed to be enemy bases in the Iron Triangle, War Zone C, and War Zone D. These base areas were the destination for most of the supplies and men that came down the Ho Chi Minh Trail, and it was these bases the Americans would have to attack if the Viet Cong were to be finally defeated. A key part of the American strategy was to stop the Viet Cong, replacing the men and supplies they lost in battle. The Commando Hunt bombing campaign was hitting the North Vietnamese transport system and the staging areas for troops infiltrating down to the south. During 1965, U.S. aircraft had flown 55,000 individual sorties over the north. In the South itself, the Americans meant to take over most of the fighting. The U.S. forces were better armed and trained than South Vietnamese government troops. They were much more mobile and had the backing of enormous firepower. Meanwhile, to the intense frustration of many South Vietnamese army commanders, government forces would deal mainly with local security. Only elite units would take part in offensive operations.